Hi, my name is Maribel Cuevas, and today is March 17th. I'm on week 2 of biology. Today I'll be talking about the 4 types of tissue in the body, which will be the epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous tissues. Without any of these tissues woven together, our bodies wouldn't function properly. So the epithelial creates an outer layer of the skin. The connective tissue helps create bones and tendons, kind of like the skeleton. Muscle tissue creates different types of muscles. This helps the body carry out different movements, different ways to move. The nervous tissue creates the brain, the nerves, and the spinal cord. So I'm going to start talking more in depth about the epithelial tissues. So the epithelial tissues, all materials coming in and leaving the body must cross at least a layer of the epithelial tissue. So there's 4 functions for the tissue. It protects different underlying tissues, absorbs, secretes, and it's in a reception of stimuli, like sensory stimuli. The epithelium tissue is made of different types of sheets that kind of join together to make multiple layers. It helps protect against different microorganisms. It's kind of like a first line of defense for bacteria, viruses, and different microbes. Um, there's different epithelials, so simple, stratified, and pseudostratified epithelium tissues. They're kind of all composed of within each other. I'm going to move on to connective tissue. So connective tissue, the major functions of the tissues are for binding and supporting, protecting, insulating, and storing. Basically transports everything within the body. In the central nervous system, there's 3 outer membranes, which are the spinal cord, that are composed of the connective tissues, and they all support and protect the body. The connective tissues consist of 3 different components: fibers, ground substances, and cells. Um, some of the functions of the connective tissue can be seen in the blood. So the blood provides a transport system within our body for oxygen and other different important substances. So the cartilage provides a support and a connection for our skeletal, basically like the framework. And the function of the bones, it kind of supports and protects the soft tissue and the organs in the body. Okay. I'm going to move on to the muscle tissues. There are 3 types of muscle tissues: the skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscles. Muscle tissues, they provide posture and body support, kind of like movements, locomotion and heat protection. So those are 3 different types of the muscle tissues and what they provide. The basic function of a muscle is to generate force, and muscles can also provide some shape and form of different organisms. Just to stay a little bit more on the function of the muscle tissues, they also provide contractions to produce heat. Those are important to maintain body temperature, homeostasis, the ability to receive and respond to stimuli. Some of the muscle tissues where we can find them in our bodies are, of course, the cardiac, the stomach, intestines, gallbladder, even our urinary bladder. Okay, so the last one would be the nervous tissue. The nervous system, it has 2 major parts, the nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So nervous tissue is organized in cells within the nervous system. It controls body movements, sends and carries signals to and from different parts of the body, and has a role in controlling our functions such as digestion would be a good one. The nervous system is involved in receiving information about the environment around us, kind of like sensation, motor response, and it generates responses to the information. Different functions of the nervous system would be to supply nutrients to neurons, remove excess neurotransmitters. Let's see. It helps migration of neurons during the brain development, aids information of the blood-borne barrier. Let me see a little bit on the structure of the nervous system. It's an astrocyte, so it's kind of like a star-shaped cell, and it extends from its cell body to a network of nerve fibers. Okay, and I think I pretty much covered all of them, so that's all I have for week 2's video.